We're cleaning it up.
I was going to say, how many more pipes are like that around LA?
But do we have the tax money to fix them?
Well, right in the middle of a drought. That is not apropos at this moment, definitely. There's a live shot. We're not getting any rain in our area. Luckily, it looks like the North Pacific might be waking up from its summertime slumber. Wouldn't know that around our region, as we are getting some cooler, dry air and a little bit of instability out there in the form of some rain showers just to our north. So you can see the temperatures today a little mild in some areas, otherwise just really nice and beautiful. Mid to upper 70s for a lot of areas. Camarillo at 81. You can compare that to Morro Bay at 69. Nothing to really complain about. We do have a wind advisory, though, and that is, again, inland portions of Santa Barbara County. It's pretty breezy, though, along the central coast. We saw that live shot with the reference to the football game and as well around the airport. And then you can translate that into some stronger gusts along the Santa Barbara south coast, which is typically prone to this type of wind direction. So, therefore, we do keep an eye on that. The Gaviota wind gauge should be turned 180 degrees from what you see right there. So it's an offshore wind in those areas. You can see that in Goleta and as well Santa Barbara. So therefore, we're going to be under that wind advisory until about 3 a.m. Luckily, no corresponding fire issues, or at least we're not getting anything in the form of a red flag. But, of course, that means we have to still watch that area. You can see, look at the difference in the temperature just from Goleta to Gaviota. That offshore direction having a profound effect on the weather. An area of low pressure has set up shop over the west coast. It's moved in off the Pacific. You can see it's more or less just a little bit to the east of the Nevada border. And that's going to set us up for a slight chance of some showers just a little bit to our north, but some fog, clouds, and then the wind issues. We're going to keep an eye on that as we look at our future cast. You can see the twist of the low right there and some much needed rain and even upper level snowfall. Look at that right there. That's some mixed activity. The pink and then the blues, that's actual snow coming into our area, but it looks like it's going to stay definitely out of our region, just up into the Sierra Nevadas. And we'll also look at our winds over the next couple of days. Look at this. Overnight tonight, it does quiet down by tomorrow, but then it comes back again tomorrow afternoon. So we may be dealing with these winds for the next couple of days. And of course, we always want to watch out for those winds because we're still well in fire season. Your overnight lows and highs along the south coast with that wind direction will likely stay in the 60s. Those gusty sundowners again for tomorrow night. AM fog, PM sun for just about everybody else. Maybe a sprinkle or two for northern areas well above, more than likely, Paso Robles, so more up toward Monterey County. But we'll keep an eye on that. Otherwise, a mild to warm day. Down in the Ventura County areas, we'll go ahead with another nice day out there. A little breezy along the beaches. Still very warm, though, once you get off the immediate sand. Surf is quieting down a little bit. There's a lot of chop out there, so some boating issues. And it looks like more surf is coming up out of the southern hemisphere. Maybe even some hurricane, or I should say tropical storm Rachel off Baja. And again, the North Pacific is waking up. There's your forecast. We'll go ahead and call it very nice and quiet with those wind issues for Santa Barbara. And then look what happens toward the back end of the forecast. Yes, that's not a misprint as we go solidly into October and as well fall. We're looking at the possibility of a pretty strong area of high pressure building well to our east over the Great Basin. That's the telltale sign of fall, definitely. That's your Santa Ana direction. We're not calling for Santa Ana wind necessarily, but the offshore flow will kick in. And you saw on that 7-day, it gets hot as we head toward the second half of next week. So,
I love the hot, but some people just hate it.
It's just, yeah, I think we're just so gung-ho about rain.
As we sit here in air conditioning. So.
Right.
All right, thank you.
All right, thanks, Sean.
And the weekend is just getting started, and so are lots of